Hello friends, welcome to a new episode of Drishti IAS editorial analysis. In this editorial analysis, we do three things. First of all, we link the editorial to the UPSC syllabus. Secondly, we try to understand the key points of the editorial. And thirdly, if any key concepts have come in the editorial and are important from exam point of view, we also discuss them. So let us begin today's editorial analysis.
Dear viewer, this video is available in Hindi as well. If you wish to watch it, please visit our Hindi YouTube channel, Drishti IAS. For your convenience, the link for this video in Hindi has been provided in the description below.
We have taken today's article from Hindustan Times and it has been written by Shri Amitabh Kant, who is the CEO of Niti Aayog. And the title of the article is National Digital Health Mission Will Radically Transform Healthcare. And it says, the creation of a digital health identity card will help patients without compromising on their privacy. So let us now look at its linkage with the syllabus. So it links directly with GS paper 2, where we have governance as one of the important areas of the syllabus. And under this, it links with government policies and interventions for development in various sectors. Also, it links with issues relating to development and management of social sector services relating to health. So after establishing the linkage with the syllabus, now let us look at the key points of the article. So the article basically deals with the National Digital Health Mission, which has been launched on August 15 by the Prime Minister. And with the Indians becoming more and more prone to the lifestyle diseases over the past 15-20 years, the salience of a repository that can alert the physician to a patient's past medical history at the click of a button cannot be overstated. And that is the entire logic behind having a National Digital Health Mission, to make sure that the patient's history is available with the doctor for the right diagnosis and treatment. So the article says that with the launch of this National Digital Health Mission, India has ushered in a new era of technology-enabled healthcare delivery. It also says that the vision of an Atmanirbhar Bharat, which is self-reliant India, can only be realized by a Swasth Bharat, which in turn requires data integration and standardization as a critical health ecosystem enablers. Now, this is a good line to be used in your answer writing or essay writing, that the vision of an Atmanirbhar Bharat can only be realized by a Swasth Bharat. Now, this National Digital Health Mission is built on the principles of ensuring greater inclusivity, efficiency, and transparency in the health sector. And how this will be achieved? So, inclusivity will be achieved by having it access to all the citizens of the country. Efficiency will come from the technology that will be utilized in the mission, and transparency will also be an outcome of the technology and minimizing human interface. For patients, the mission will aim to simplify access to their health records and also enable them to share digitally stored comprehensive health profiles with the providers for treatment and follow-up. Now, the major issue with health records is the safe upkeep of these records and using them at the time of going to the doctor. But mostly the patients are not able to keep them safely, and when it is needed, the documents are simply not available. Having them in digital form will eliminate that, and it will also help the doctors to diagnose the disease correctly and for follow-up treatment. The technological empowerment and digitization can enable more effective and efficient utilization of existing facilities. So that is also one more advantage of having a digital ecosystem in the healthcare services. The article also says that the days of people standing in long queues at health facilities and carrying multiple medical reports will become a thing of the past in this digital and patient-friendly ecosystem, and access to patient records will be just a click away for the doctors. So this will be a great boon, not just for the patients, but also for the doctors. But as with everything in life, there are also some concerns with National Digital Health Mission, and the most important one relates to ensuring data privacy. So maintaining security, confidentiality, and privacy of health-related information will be vital. Though it is being said that the National Digital Health Mission's health and data policies have been formulated to ensure privacy and data security. First of all, the digital identity of the patients will be shared only with certified doctors and only after they provide their informed consent. Secondly, the National Digital Health Mission architecture ensures that the health data is encrypted and there will be no opportunity for anyone to access the records or modify them without the explicit consent of the concerned individual. More importantly, the patients can determine the time period for which they want to grant consent for sharing of their health records, and they can also revoke the consent anytime they wish to. So by these steps, it is being ensured that the privacy of the individual will be assured under this National Digital Health Mission. One of the important building blocks of the National Digital Health Mission is the unique health ID, and under this mission, all Indians will get access to a unique and easy to remember health ID, which will carry details of their health and treatment history. And through this ID, individuals will not only be able to search for verified hospitals and labs, but can also evaluate the quality of services on the basis of feedback shared by others. So this will be a great boon for the patients. The article also states that this feature can greatly enhance the accountability of health service providers and also promote the delivery of high quality services to patients. And in addition to the individuals, all doctors, hospitals, diagnostic labs, and pharmacies will also be given a digital ID. And this will enable a single and standardized process for completing their identification, certification, and audit formalities, allowing the healthcare providers to focus on the actual delivery of health services and not be overburdened with bureaucratic process. Also, the participation for healthcare providers and establishments under this mission will also be completely free of cost, and the use of Aadhaar for health ID will not be mandated. It will be voluntary. Also, National Digital Health Mission will be offering services such as telemedicine as part of its total package of offerings. The utilization of telemedicine has gone up significantly in India following the COVID-19 outbreak. But still there are opportunities to provide services for a range of health conditions by connecting doctors with citizens, even in the most rural and remote parts of the country. And that is where telemedicine can play the role of a game changer, providing the best healthcare facilities to the remotest corners through technology-enabled telemedicine. This will also help in accessing quality healthcare advised remotely and cutting down on the travel costs by the patients in several parts of the country, which will ultimately help to reduce the out-of-pocket expenditure, which is very high for a country like India and which accounts for nearly two-thirds of the total health expenditure in India, and this is very high. And in India, we hear of many cases where people fall sick and they fall into poverty as well because they are not able to manage the out-of-pocket expenses that they are forced to incur when they become sick. So here telemedicine can also help in cutting down this out-of-pocket expenditure. Finally, the article says that the National Digital Health Mission is initially being rolled out in 6 union territories. And this is important. We should know the 6 UTs where it is being rolled out. So the first one is Chandigarh, the second one is Puducherry, the third one is Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. This is one single UT after their merger, Ladakh and Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep. So these make the 6 UTs where it is being initially rolled out. And the article says that National Digital Health Mission will empower the health sector to cater to the country's large population in a far more efficient manner through the standardization of health records, the creation of a unique health identity, doorstep delivery of quality medicines at affordable prices, and teleconsultations with verified medical professionals. Teleconsultation is part of telemedicine. Finally, the article says that with the launch of National Digital Health Mission, we are witnessing a new beginning for India's health sector, and it is a visionary reform that has the potential to radically transform healthcare delivery in the country. But still, one major problem remains, and that is the shortage of health professionals in the country. And if we go by the WHO standard, there should be one doctor for 1,000 people. But in India, the ratio is highly skewed, and there is only one doctor for every 1,450 people. So here also the government needs to focus. Another issue with India's healthcare system is the poor state of primary healthcare centers, and this is where most of the population goes for their initial treatment. And if these are in a better shape and they can provide the right diagnosis and medicine, then the burden on the hospitals will reduce, and it will also help the patients to save costs on higher treatments. But overall, the launching of this National Digital Health Mission is a very good step by the government, but the actual challenge will come in the implementation. So this was all in the key points of the article. Now let us look at some key concepts. So in key concepts, let us look at National Digital Health Mission and some of the other points associated with this. So it has been launched by the Prime Minister on the 74th Independence Day, and it is a complete digital health ecosystem, and it will be launched with 4 key features. And what are these 4 key features? So the unique health ID, the personal health records, DigiDoctor, and the health facility registry. And at a later stage, it will also include e-pharmacy and telemedicine services, and which is the implementing authority for National Digital Health Mission. So it will be implemented by the National Health Authority under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. This is also important to know. Moreover, this National Health Authority is also the implementing agency for Ayushman Bharat. So this kind of question can be asked in exam. The platform will be made available to the citizens in the form of an app and website. And the DigiDoctor option will allow doctors from across the country to enroll with their details. And they will be assigned digital signatures which can be used for writing prescriptions on the app or through the website. It will be voluntary for the hospitals and doctors to provide details for the app. The Health ID will be a repository of all health related information of every Indian, and various healthcare providers such as hospitals, labs, insurance companies, online pharmacies, telemedicine firms will be expected to participate in the Health ID system, but it will remain voluntary. And every patient who wishes to have their health records available digitally must create a unique Health ID using their basic details and mobile or Aadhaar number. And each health ID will be linked to a health data consent manager, which will be used to seek the patient's consent and to allow for seamless flow of health information from the personal health records module of that person. The health ID will also be voluntary and applicable across states, hospitals, diagnostic labs, and pharmacies. And here we should also know the role played by National Health Policy, which came out in 2017. So this National Health Policy had also envisaged creation of a digital health technology ecosystem aiming at developing an integrated health information system that serves the needs of all stakeholders and improves efficiency, transparency, and citizens' experience with linkage across public and private healthcare. In this, a digital health ID was also proposed to greatly reduce the risk of preventable medical errors and significantly increase the quality of healthcare available. Now let us look at telemedicine. So as per the World Health Organization, telemedicine is the delivery of healthcare services where distance is a critical factor by all healthcare professionals using IT, which is information technology, for diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of disease and injuries, research and evaluation, etc. So this is the standard definition that can be noted. Now, teleconsultation is one of the applications of telemedicine, and it uses information technology to facilitate communication between a patient and a doctor who are otherwise geographically separated. And here we should also know about eSanjeevani, which is a doctor-to-doctor telemedicine system being implemented under the Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Center program. So this is very important and can be asked in exam. So this was all in the editorial analysis. Now let us look at what kind of questions can be asked in prelims and mains. So in prelims, the question can be directly asked on the National Digital Health Mission. What are the essential features of this program? So we should be clear. And it has been launched in 6 UTs. So we should be knowing the name of those 6 UTs as well. A question can also be asked about telemedicine and teleconsultation. So we should know that teleconsultation is an application of telemedicine, and it is also a part of the National Digital Health Mission. Question can also be asked about the out-of-pocket expenditure and how it drives people into poverty, especially in India. A question can also be asked on the National Health Policy 2017 and how much public health expenditure as percentage of GDP. So the target that has been taken under this is to raise it by 2.5% of the GDP by 2025. In mains, the question can be asked on the National Digital Health Mission and its main features. What will be the advantages that will accrue out of this National Digital Health Mission? And are there any concerns or challenges? So mainly the concerns and challenges related to NDHM are in the form of privacy concerns and also the overburdening of the physician and the healthcare system. And that is one of the major reasons that such digital health ecosystem has not been very successful in countries like UK also, where they have national health services. Also, a question can be asked about the privacy concerns with respect to National Digital Health Mission and how the government is planning to address it. So this was all in today's editorial analysis. We'll see you next time with another editorial. Thank you.